Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Ramsey. Former Liberal Party staffer Brittany Higgins meets Prime Minister Scott Morrison in Sydney today to discuss cultural reforms at Parliament House. Ms Higgins claims she was raped by a colleague in the Defence Minister's office 2 years ago. Talks will centre on the treatment of women and how complaints are handled. She'll also meet Labor leader Anthony Albanese this morning. Scott Morrison is urging Australians not to surrender to identity politics. The Prime Minister used a speech in Sydney overnight to claim there are forces undermining the community.
And I don't just mean, as I've recently remarked, the social and moral corrosion caused by the misuse of social media and the abuse that occurs there, but I would say it also includes the growing tendency to commodify human beings through identity politics.
Western Australia is maintaining some COVID-19 restrictions in the Perth and Peel areas after last weekend's 3-day lockdown. Premier Mark McGowan is defending masks being mandatory indoors and on public transport for another 7 days.
The virus was last in the community on the 23rd of April. That means the 14-day incubation period will end next Friday. This is the reasoning behind the approach we will take until next Friday.
India has welcomed support from around the world as the surge in coronavirus cases continues. More than 350,000 people are testing positive every day. Foreign Secretary Harsh Vardhan Shringla says 40 countries are providing help, including vaccines.
Our requirement is very significant, very pressing. Whatever we produce and whatever we can get from other manufacturers will be used for our domestic vaccine program.
And Australia's travel restrictions with India aren't as watertight as the federal government claims. Cricketers Adam Zampa and Kane Richardson travelled from India to Doha and then took a Qatar Airways flight to Melbourne. Prime Minister Scott Morrison claimed travel through transit points like Doha, Dubai, Singapore and Kuala Lumpur would be paused. In sport news, South Sydney has made it 7 wins in a row, beating the Raiders 34-20 in Canberra. Despite losing half George Williams to a hamstring injury before kickoff, the Raiders led 16-8 at one stage before getting run down in the second half. In the AFL, Richmond plays the Western Bulldogs at the MCG tonight, and in the A-League, Melbourne City has a 4-point lead at the top of the ladder with a game in hand after beating Newcastle 3-1. In entertainment, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have released a special video of themselves with their 3 children marking their 10th wedding anniversary. The candid video montage shows the family at the beach playing together and roasting marshmallows. Alongside the video, Wills and Kate wrote a note of thanks to the public for their support and kind messages. LA police say a group of people who allegedly dognapped Lady Gaga's 2 French bulldogs and shot her dog walker have been arrested. They're facing multiple charges for the incident back in February, including attempted murder and robbery. The woman who said she found the dogs later in an alleyway has also reportedly been arrested. And fans have swarmed a collectibles shop just outside LA after hearing Post Malone was there doing some shopping. He signed autographs for fans before dropping thousands of dollars on some magic cards. That's your latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.